All right, Spartan Nation, Guy Danhoff here. We have a very special social distancing edition of the Spartan Update. And I am joined today with Adam Samson, our Assistant Athletic Director, as well as our Associate Vice President and Director of Athletics, Dr. Tom Smith. And guys, obviously we are in the most unprecedented times. And I think before we go into anything related to athletics, I'd like to start with both of you. Maybe Adam, we can lead with you. How you've been surviving the past 3 weeks?
I think I would say probably different than some people that may be single or married and without kids. I've had some ups and some downs with working from home with a 3-year-old toddler who garners attention all day, every day. And so just the work-life balance, trying to make sure that he's stimulated with some learning and trying to get outside on the days that are nice, like today. But I'll share real quick. I've got a picture right before I left today to come up to Spartan Field. My wife sent me a text with our son that
there he is.
He is writing. Our son Benjamin is writing an email to Dr. Tom Smith. He said he was working, so I'm trying to get put off a little bit of work onto him, and we'll see how that goes. However long we're in the stay-at-home orders.
That's awesome.
Thank you for sharing that, Adam. That's really cool. I can't wait till you watch this a few years later, right? As we look at it, this is archived because this is so different and special. Dr. Smith, how about you? How have you been surviving?
Well, I'll tell you, man, we've been working hard at home. Mary and I both set up our own offices opposite of the house, and we have our daughter who's 17, Grace, and she's in the living room with her computer. Thank God we've got some good Wi-Fi. But I just kind of wanted to show you my office. There's my makeshift office right there so you can see. And I've got like pictures just as if I'm at the office.
Right.
Grace when she was younger. And then, of course, my wife and I when we were at Myrtle Beach. And I look at them while I'm working and got my new TV behind me or in front of me as a big screen. So we're missing everybody. We're missing the student athletes. I miss the coaching staff. I miss my colleagues at the school. But, we're getting along okay.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Let you guys know, I've been very blessed that, as you know, we've been very blessed with Dr. Ross, who really doubled down this past school year on our technology. And we've been using Zoom. And as you know, I teach a lot of the seniors. And we've been pretty smooth with the transition from face-to-face to, going online. So the senior capstones just happened this week. Last week they were doing their mock interviews. So, business kind of as usual on the academic front for most of the programs. Obviously, some of the hands-on things have been taking some workarounds, but we've been very blessed that way. And to let you guys know what I've been doing, I know you guys could probably check this out on social media, but I thought I'd show you what I've been doing. So most of you guys know back in the day,
oh boy,
I was a guitarist. So, you guys probably been seeing a little bit of guitar playing as of late. Probably by the end of this thing, I'll have my next album written. But it actually, guys, it's been a blessing because it's really connected my 14-year-old daughter a lot more because you guys know, with the stay-at-home order, all of her activities has also gone to the wayside. So it's been kind of fun doing some things with her and listening to her sing around the house as well as with her, mom, Sheila, who's also been a big singer and part of Spirit Wing here at Missouri Baptist. So we're getting along just fine. And again, just feel very blessed that our school has invested as much as they have in our education technology between Canvas and MBU Online. So with that, I'm going to start out the very first question. And again, this is athletics now related. Dr. Smith, what has been the biggest challenges that athletics has been facing since COVID-19?
Well, obviously staying connected with the coaching staff and staying connected with our student athletes. About a week or two ago, about almost a couple weeks now, I was just sitting here actually just doing my devotion, and I felt like, I really want to communicate with the student athletes and let them know how much we care about them and that we're here for them. And so we wrote a letter, and thanks to Adam and his team, we put it out there on our social media site and on our website and all. But I'd say the biggest challenge is just missing everybody and wishing, like we were saying before we got on this broadcast about, this would be the typical week where there'd be a lot of senior activities, senior breakfast, senior chapel. We would be rehearsing commencement. So that's kind of tough. I've been doing this for 25 years and never before have I ever seen anything that was so impactful on student life at Missouri Baptist University.
And I think one of the things I'll add on to that is I think for all of us, it kind of happened so abruptly that we didn't know how to take it all in. And I think after several weeks of being at home, it's finally started to sink in and really like Thomas said, I really miss just that camaraderie with the coaching staff, being around the student athletes, and in addition to all of the senior activities on the academic side, we would have been in the thick of having all of our senior day games for lacrosse and softball and baseball, and so we'll talk about it a little bit later. But we're trying to figure out some ways that we can still honor some of those outgoing seniors and try to make something special for them after having the rug pulled out from under them on their seasons.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And as you guys know, for me, not having, the Eddie Eschel Coaches Show, I know fans like that. Also, as you guys know, last Thursday would have been the spring football game. So you know how we like broadcasting that game and bringing the fan experience, and especially at the new, Spartan field, which I know you'll update soon. So I have to ask this question because I've been paying very close attention to Twitter, and it seems like some of the coaches are still actively recruiting because I'm seeing new Spartans getting signed. I was wondering how you guys been working the recruiting process during the COVID time.
Well, we've been taking advantage of it. There's a lot of students that obviously that aren't going to school right now and they're at home. And so the coaches have really had a unique opportunity to be able to connect with those potential students, those prospective students. And yes, we've been signing a lot. Our numbers look really good for the fall so far. They're very par to where we were last year this time. And we've been also really encouraging our present students to register for classes, and that's going well as well.
Yeah, I'll actually comment on it as being one of the school's advisors. I can just give a lot of shout outs to the people in charge, certainly starting at the top with Dr. Lydia Tebow. They've been doing a fantastic job with advising the follow-up. And I got to tell you, it must be pretty exciting if you're at home being a high school athlete or a junior college transfer that, here it is, you're going to get a scholarship even during this time. So it's pretty cool that we're able to take advantage of that time. With that, though, there's been some new things coming down from the NAIA. And I know you guys recently had a meeting. I know probably one of the biggest questions everyone's asking, everyone knows from a few weeks ago, the NAIA made a decision, and that was that spring sport athletes can have one full year of eligibility left. And I was wondering if you guys could weigh in on what the new eligibility rules look like according to the NAIA.
Yeah, so actually the wording, and I'm reading right from the FAQs from the NAIA, is that students competing in spring sports will not be charged the season of competition. So they'll pick up those 2 additional terms of attendance. Now that's only for spring sport athletes, which affects somewhere in the area of 250 of our students at Missouri Baptist University. So if you're a two sport person, say you play football and then you are a track and field person, you only get that track and field back. You won't be charged for that season of competition. So you'll get those 2 terms of attendance back to be able to participate in track and field, but not in football. You've burned that, so to speak.
And that's one of the things that a lot of coaches around the NAIA, and I'm sure even at the NCAA level, are kind of trying to wrap their heads around of how they're going to be able to juggle the financial aid limits,
right?
Because they're essentially keeping those people on the docket and then adding a whole new crop when they usually would have been graduating them replacing them with that same amount or, a few more.
Right.
So it's really going to be a juggling act for coaches. But, I think our coaching staff, and I think Tom would probably agree, our coaching staff has been on top of it from square one, in terms of really trying to make sure that they're still recruiting at full speed. Because one of the things with our current student population, I asked those spring coaches, kind of polled them. There's still some that are unsure of what they're going to do, because some students may be graduating this May.
Right.
So for them to actually utilize that season of competition, they would have to potentially enroll in a master's program and or take unnecessary undergraduate classes after the fact. So it's pretty much split down the middle right now from what our spring coaches had let me know, that we've got a good chunk of our student, half of them that are coming back, half of them that are graduating and moving on, and then half of them that are kind of still up in the air.
Okay.
And we'll obviously welcome them back with open arms if they lean more on that fence of coming back.
Right. Well, I'm glad you guys cleared the air on that, because I know that's a question that, even sometimes I get asked. And again, I know that you guys have been on top of that. So I think it's great that we're having the Spartan update, especially today, so we can let people know what's going on with that. And that's great news, obviously, for Spartan fans and certainly our Spartan athletes.
One more thing, if I could add, Guy.
Yeah.
The good thing about this is everybody across the country.
Right.
They're all going to have the same experiences. So it's not like, well, I can go to this school and be sure that I'm going to play. They're all going to be in the same experience.
Right.
And the NCAA has also given the 2 terms of attendance back to their spring semester athletes as well. Does that make sense?
No, it does. And it does make it great that way. So it keeps recruiting normal, and it certainly, makes it more seamless for people who want to continue to the NAIA. And great job you guys by staying on top of that, because that's been a lot of questions that I know that have circulated recently, but I'm glad that we're having this update. So what I'd like to do, guys, is shift gears. Believe it or not, but before spring break, there's been a lot of construction going on. And I was wondering, Adam, if you have any updates for us on the latest developments with phase 2 construction up at Spartan Field, because I know the last time I was there, I was actually sitting where you were sitting not too long ago with Coach B as we did the recruiting show straight from that location in the press box where you're at. So I was wondering if you could give Spartan fans an opportunity to see what's been going on.
Yeah, this isn't the background at my house. Now, although it would be pretty cool to have a man cave with the Spartan head in the background. But yeah, you're right in that I am at the press box right now. I actually met with some of the folks that are doing the audio for the stadium, and to make sure that all the levels, that we could check all the boxes off with that, along with video going through the video board, so that we could get the volume and levels set for that. But what I'll do is, while I'm talking a little bit about it, I will share some of the photos that I was able to snap today. We are still under construction, in that they actually were able to start the track a little bit earlier, due to the halt of competition with COVID. We were able to kind of fast forward the beginning of that construction. So I will go through some of these and kind of talk. Right now, you'll see just a view of the press box, not fully furnished yet, but just a really nice state-of-the-art press box, where we've got 2 separate rooms for coaches, and we'll have video in one of those rooms, and it'll be a great setup. One of the nicer ones in the NAIA, I truly believe. Right here is just a bird's eye view from the crow's nest and from up on the roof of the press box looking down. And if you look kind of towards the top of that photo, you'll see the track. There is a layer of the rubber asphalt, which is one of the base layers for the track that's been laid. And you can't see it from this photo, but on the east side of the stadium, there is another layer that they're applying, and so they're well on their way. There's a few more stages of the construction for the track, but once the track is finished and they've laid all of the actual track, we're pretty much set here at Spartan Field. Here is the front of the entrance, the new entrance to Spartan Field. Through those doors will be the concession stand area and the main entrance to get to the stands. Just
and
another.
You enter in on the 50-yard line, then, right, Adam?
Yes, sir. Yep, that would be this picture right here would be about at the 50-yard line outside in the tailgate area, actually, and we can talk a little bit about what a game day will look like. Another just backed up view, some nice greenery that I'm sure Mike Crone and his crew have helped lay down the groundwork for.
That looks good.
This is the entryway over by the football offices. Once again, it just the aesthetics of the complex. It just they did such a great job on making it look pristine and just inviting to come. Got the entryway from a different angle, along with what you're seeing here is some additional meeting room spaces and restrooms. The restrooms are going to be closer to the entrance. But we were able, within phase 2, we were able to expand some of the building and provide some more spaces. This is on the complete other side of the field. That gives you an idea of what the grandstand looks like, along with the press box, the entryway. And so the seating seats up to 1,000 within the grandstand, and then there will be some that I think we could max out the capacity a little bit more just based on the perimeter of the stadium itself, of trying to get more people around there. Here is our new video board via Daktronics. Doesn't have anything up on that screen. I probably could have put something on there for when I took this picture, but it's going to be great to be able to throw some hype videos up there, to throw just anything and everything that we can do to promote our sponsors, to promote our student athletes, starting lineups, features that we do. One of the things that I tested out today with the audio folks was one of our 2019-20 top moment videos that we've been posting on social media. I used that as the guinea pig, and came through the loudspeakers great. Looks great from the press box. So I think the fans will really enjoy that new aspect. I took 1 or 2 photos of the field itself. This is the long jump box. We've got 2 different long jump boxes and pits, I should say. And so this is, just one of the many additions for the track and field program. On the other side, I wasn't able to go onto the other side because they had laid down a new layer. But there we'll have the pole vaulting and high jump areas on the east side of the stadium. This is another angle. You'll see the stadium lights and the stadium speakers. It's all state of the art. The lights. We were able to use the lights right before our spring season got cut short. with some practices in the morning time, as well as a few of our lacrosse matches. We were able to throw the lights on and play under the lights, and it's nice to have, and will allow us to play at a lot of different times of the day, which, you know, it will help out with students, you know, schedules, if we're able to schedule more in the evening, you know, late afternoon, evening times. Just another look at the press box, and right underneath the press box, you might have been able to see it on one of the more zoomed out photos. There's going to be some box seating that, you know, for some of those sports we'll try to you know, sell in advance for kind of some VIP seating there. And one of the last photos that I have, and I've got a little bit better view on this next one, just very scenic. It's our pathway leading from up by the Fine Arts, behind the Fine Arts building, up to Spartan Field and Lot F. And this is one of the things that I think is just a nice little addition to create that really, you know, homey feel about about Spartan Field, and for people to be able to have an easy way to get up to the field rather than having to go out to outer 40 and come around that way. I think maybe Tom might talk a little bit about it, but we'd like to kind of have a naming of this pathway, something that may relate to Spartans and to Missouri Baptists.
Yeah, we're going to go ahead and have a contest pretty soon, and it'll be upcoming. We'll start pushing it out on social media for people to get prepared, but we're going to ask people to come up with some different names, and there will be a selection of those names, and then we'll put it out there for a vote. And forever, ever, that will be the name of that path. And so I'm looking forward to seeing, you know, Spartan Way or whatever, but something that will be really cool for that path name. So we're looking forward to that.
Guys, that is extremely cool. Adam, thanks for getting those photos, obviously, to share with Spartan fans. And I know, obviously, once when do you guys plan to see the track lanes getting painted?
I'm not sure on the timeline on that.
It's supposed to be by the end of May.
Okay, yeah. So, all right.
Yeah.
It's just going to be really cool. Just seeing what the tailgate's going to be like. It just looks amazing, the amount of construction. Again, thanks to you guys and our administration, it really is exciting to see. Even you know, among all this going on with COVID-19, it's just great seeing the updates still that have been happening gradually, you know, here at Spartan Field. So, Adam, thanks for that update. One last question, though. I'm only asking this because I'm in the broadcast booth with Kevin Paulus. Hey, we're gonna have instant replay on a touchdown?
If our fingers are fast enough to get an instant replay up there, I think we might be able to pop that up onto the video.
Just asking. You know, Spartan fans want to know. I think that'd be pretty cool if we can do that. So, anyways, great job. All right, as we're kind of winding things down on the Spartan update, let's kind of, you know, go back to the students. And you know, Adam, I'll start with you, and then Tom, I got a specific question for you. But Adam, you know, what are some ways that you guys, as terms of MBU athletics, how do you guys plan to honor the class of 2020?
Yeah, we'd like to kind of do something special. We're trying to see what everyone else is kind of doing out there, not necessarily to replicate, but to kind of get our ideas flowing. But you know, we take pride in our video, for our live streaming, and there are a few of the sports in the springtime that we may not have as much video on,
right,
because of the kind of where they fall with their home venues. But we'd like to put something together special with a montage of some video and photos of each of those seniors, particularly the seniors that are for sure moving on with their future, and whatever career endeavors that they're seeking out, and then those that may not be returning or that are unsure.
Right.
For those that have let us know that they're returning, we may give them a shout out, but we'll let them have their time next year, next spring.
Right.
But yeah, we're hoping and just hoping to move forward, and hopefully everyone is taking the COVID parameters seriously, and have been staying at home and doing the social distancing, because I think the better that everyone is doing with that, the sooner that we can try to return to some sense of norm. I do want to add one of the things to any of our staff members and their spouses who are on the front lines, whatever field that they may be in. I think one that comes to mind is Coach Ingram's wife is a nurse, and one of the things that she had shared, she's been sharing a lot of information out there, and one of the posts that she shared was that was a kind of someone that was praying for things not to return to normal, in a sense that she hopes that person hopes that when when we come back from this, that people are more appreciative of all of those frontline workers,
right,
and that they say thank you to those teachers that they're, for my instance, I'll be much more thankful when I'm dropping off my son at this early learning center, and for the work that his, that the early learning center does, and his teacher, because I've witnessed firsthand for the last month of trying to do all of those things. And, there's a list of things that we wouldn't want to see a return to normal, and that hopefully this time of reflection and a little bit more peace from our, just everything, so fast paced in our society, that everyone's been able to take a step back and to really develop a closer relationship with God and just all of those things. I think Tom might kind of have another message for our student athletes there. But that's what I would like to see is when we return from this to be a stronger group, to be more appreciative of everyone, and even the smallest of jobs out there.
Right. Tom, we're going to wrap up with you, but I want to give you guys just something I've been working on, and I know you guys both know this, but Spartan fans may not. But because of actually what I do at NBA Athletics with you guys, hosting things, I do work with the Department of Education here in Missouri. And I got to tell you, one of the things that's been happening is seeing administrators and seeing our state level groups come together like never before, and really working on how to solve the issues and solve problems that are going on during COVID. There's been a lot of really cool things that are happening because everything's gone online. And all I can say is, from seeing that, to your point, Adam, it's just great to see finally, seeing silos starting to break and seeing groups start to come together and work together for the common good. And I got to tell you, being involved in with their Twitter and some of the events that they've been doing, it's just been really awesome to see. So it's been a blessing for me to be in part of that as I work behind the scenes with them on their support. But to your point, I couldn't agree with you more. And so, Tom, we're going to end with you. And as we talked before we started the broadcast, this is certainly one of the most challenging times for a lot of people, but especially our seniors. I just can't even imagine what it would be like to be a senior, of nothing you've done, that your season's cut short, you're still going to graduate on time. You're going into who knows what kind of job market right now, at least. And Tom, what would you say to the class of 2020 moving forward as we hopefully go through a transition to where whatever the new normal looks like, but what kind of words of encouragement would you like to share with them?
Well, one thing we have not done is canceled commencement.
Right.
We've postponed it. we want to honor our seniors and we want to honor our graduates. You know, COVID-19 has impacted every student and every family and differently. But with all sincerity, anybody that needs help, if you're a senior graduating or if you're just a regular student, please reach out to the university. We have advisors that are more than happy to help out and to listen. Our ASC phenomenal group, our you know, faith and service area. You can email me and I will reach out to you. I've talked to many students since this began. But if you're struggling, the university wants to help. We want to be part of helping you. For those returning, we know it's impacted you in many ways. If finances is preventing you from registration, try to contact the financial service office, see if you can make arrangements for that. We are having registration, two-hour registration events next Tuesday and Wednesday where the ASC will help you. And all you need to do is to get on My MBU in Canvas, and you can do the recent email just went out today or Wednesday, that you can get onto a virtual situation where you can register and we can get you registered for classes. We care about you. We love you. We think more of you than you'll ever know. But we're Spartans. All of us are together and we're Spartan strong, and we'll get through this together and we'll be able to celebrate in just a few short months.
Yeah. Guys, I want to thank you guys both for jumping on. Obviously, you know, in the planning stages of doing this broadcast, there's been so many questions, and I do think it helps just to bring everyone together because we are certainly Spartan Nation strong. And guys, our prayers are continuing, and our prayers go out to everyone. And just, again, be as safe as you can. Follow the social distancing. Obviously, continue to wash your hands. Whatever the CDC continues to put out, just continue to follow those things because we will be Spartan strong as we move forward. I want to thank you guys for watching this special broadcast on the Spartan Update. For Adam Samson, Dr. Tom Smith, I am Guy Danhoff, and we want to thank you guys for watching on the Spartan Digital Network. God bless.